So let's say that we end up going higher, right? Let's say that we do end up going higher. What I'm gonna do is forecast potentially what could happen based on past performance, right? Exactly what happened in the past. So I'm gonna base it off of this right here, because this was the last previous area where we stalled and then began to go higher, right? So this right here is an exact replica from here all the way to here. Is an exact replica, right? Size and time wise. So we might do something like this, right? This is where we are now. We might go up higher. If we follow relatively the same move that just occurred in the last, month and a half, then we might be still stalling out until around March, the middle of March 10th, and then ultimately you end up pushing higher, right? A couple of thousand points higher. That might be the case, right? And if that was the case, then if we follow the same sort of movement that occurred over the last month and a half in a relative, way, then we might go up another 3,000 points by April. Possible. Not saying that's gonna happen, but it's possible because it already did happen just over the last month and a half. But let's do a reverse of that. Let's say that I wanna see the opposite direction of this move, right? I wanna see what price could do if it ends up going in the opposite direction. So we're gonna flip this like this. Now we have the opposite of that move. So in this case, if we ended up going lower and we mimic the same price action that just occurred over the last month and a half, pretty much, we would end up topping out around the beginning of March. And then for another high to create like a triple top / quadruple top, like there's just a lot of resistance in this area, right? This would be the ultimate high. And then we end up going lower. And then hypothetically speaking, we would hit this low around the end of March. And this would create a trading range, right? This would create the trading range that price is ranging within since, October of 2024. So this would now be a very important area to pay attention to. And we would now be in the fourth phase of the market cycle. Why is that important, right? That is important because it allows a sort of reset, a sort of correction, a sort of way for price to decide what it actually wants to do. If we begin to just range in this trading range, right? Let's say that we begin to do something like this. We're just going up, right? Price is just doing something like this. It could, right? Because it did in the past. It has. Look, this was a trading range. Look, this was a trading range. Then this right here was a bear trend, right? It was a pretty sustained bear trend for a while. And, but most of the time price is in a bull trend. Most of the time price is consistently going up. But there are times where we have trading ranges for a significant period of time. So I'm not saying that that's what's going to be the case right now. I'm not saying that we're going to be in a trading range and that we're just going to consistently be in this range for a while. I'm not saying that. But I am saying that if price rejects off of this low and respects this area, then we're going to be in a trading range. Where we're not going to know whether price wants to go lower or higher until this low gets broken or this high gets broken. So that's why that is important. But even in this example, like I want you to pay attention. I'm gonna get rid of this lower trend line. I want you to pay attention in this example, right? Even though we would be going lower if we did end up going lower and we bounce off of this area, we still would be in the bull trend, right? I'm gonna go to the weekly chart so that you can see. Like this was COVID. Ever since COVID, we've been consistently pretty much going up. Like, yes, there was a little bit stagnation, stalling out up here, but then we ended up going up. We would still be looking like we could potentially just have a huge run up again, right? Like, it might be something like this. It might be a little bit drawn out, but we could have another move, significant move up. And if we did, it would look something like that because this is where we are right now, right? We're in the middle of February 2025. This would be the middle of 2027. So we'd be at 58,000. That's pretty crazy to think about. But we'd be at 58,000 if we do the exact same move that we've done since October 3rd of 2022. It's already happened, right? So it's not like it's impossible because that has already happened. This is the exact same move that occurred during right here, right? It's the exact same move. So this is a potential. If this occurs, right, then you just want to pay attention to the lows and buy off of the lows, right? On any chart, you want to pay attention to the lows that you want to buy. You just want to pay attention to the lows and you want to buy off of the lows. And you want to short near the highs or sell near the highs. Now let's do the opposite of that, right? Instead of going up for the next year and a half, let's say that we begin to drop for the next year and a half and we do a complete reversal of what occurred since October of 2023. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm gonna go since October 2023, right here. Boom. And we're gonna flip it Boom, like that. So this would be a complete reversal of what occurred ever since October of 2023, right? This will be the exact same move, just in the opposite direction. If that occurred, which it technically could, because it already did, that would mean that we would be bottoming out around June of 2026, and we would be going down from the high that we were at down to this low. We'd be going down 28%, which would be considered a market crash. Now, I'm not saying that's gonna happen. As I just showed you, if you pay attention to the past, well, the market, it just consistently goes up, right? It just mostly consistently goes up over the years. There are drops that occur, but it pretty much consistently just goes up. So you don't really have to pay attention or worry about like a significant, that was COVID, that was severe, right? But even after COVID, we just blasted straight up. And this was the 2008 market crash, right? After that, we still ended up blasting up. So ultimately, it's still gonna go up, but there are drops and corrections that occur. Is there going to be a drop or correction that's going to occur that's going to be that significant? I don't know. I don't think so, but it's possible. And if it did occur, you would just pay attention to price in this area, and this area, because these are the most recent lows, right? This is a low, this is a low, this is a low. See what price does there and then react. So all of this brings me to the question of what am I going to do next? How am I going to trade this? Where do I think price is going to go? At this specific point in time, I have no idea. Because it could do either thing. It could literally go either way right now. Because it's at that 50% retracement area from the previous high and the low, right? Because it's around the midpoint of these previous highs and lows, like it doesn't even know what it wants to do. It's trying to still decide. So I gotta wait and see what lows are gonna be broken or what highs are gonna be broken. If a low is gonna be broken, then it's a good chance we end up going really low. I'm not gonna say that we're gonna go down to here, but we could touch the 50% zone of this low and this high, right? We could touch down here. Most definitely we could touch down here. I'm gonna be playing to the downside to pay attention to that area if we break the low of this day. If we don't break the low of this day and we end up going higher, then let me go back to the hourly chart. Then I'm gonna pay attention to this candle right here and wait to see if that candle's high gets broken. If that candle's high gets broken, right, then I'm gonna risk underneath this and I'm gonna try to at least take it up to this high, potentially higher. I think it'll probably be the beginning of a bull trend since we've been just bouncing in this area for so long. If we continue to go higher, we're probably gonna be in a bull trend. It's gonna be something like this or something like this or something like this. But we're probably gonna consistently start going up if we get to the point of going up higher. Don't know, right? Gotta wait to see. It's the weekend right now, so don't really know what's gonna happen. Gotta wait to see what happens when the market opens. And the Fed meeting minutes are coming out this week on Wednesday. So Wednesday is gonna be a very important day to pay attention to. It's probably gonna be the day that decides whether we're gonna uptrend or downtrend for the next month or so. That is the market breakdown of what is currently occurring and what has been occurring over the last year. I'm excited to see what happens over the next few months, right? I'll be able to profit and be able to capitalize on any way, whether it's up or down, because I've been able to learn how to trade both sides, right? I'm not gonna lie, I trade much better on the downside, right? All of my biggest days have been when I'm shorting versus when I'm buying. I'm not saying I hope it goes down, but if it goes down, I'm gonna be able to react, right? If it goes up, I'm gonna be able to react. So I'm excited either way. I really love trading. I really have a passion for trading. I genuinely wake up every single day excited for the market. I genuinely know I'm going to be trading for the rest of my life. I will never not trade. I'm telling you, I love this shit. So I'm excited to see what happens with this because this is a very important area for the next forever. This is a very important area for the next probably 6 months to a year. This next move that occurs, this next move either up or down, it's probably going to affect the next 3 to 6 months to a year. So I'm excited to see what happens. But yeah, that was everything that I wanted to talk about with the market. So let me end this video correctly. All right, so I know that was a ton of information that I just kind of threw at you, but this is the market, man. This is the way that it is. As you can see, that this is a very important time in the market. We're either gonna go up or really go down from this point. So I'm excited to see what happens and react to whichever way occurs. So yeah, I'm excited for what's to come this week with price action and to see just what ends up playing out. I'm also excited this week because my course is coming out on Friday. My course, Potential to Infinity. It is my price action trading course that is going to show you how to trade stuff like this, how to trade anything. As long as you can see a candlestick chart of whatever like you're trying to trade, you'll be able to read it. And if you can read it, you can understand it. If you can understand it, you can profit off of it. So that's why trading price action is so important to understand. It's single-handedly the most important thing I ever learned in trading. I quickly became consistently profitable after learning price action. So I'm really excited to give you guys an understanding of my knowledge of price action and just everything that I've learned since 2017 to be able to help you guys like understand the markets and be able to help anybody like have a little bit more of an edge in understanding the market, right? You can never be right 100% of the time. There are always times you're going to be wrong. But if you have an edge in the market, it gives you the ability to feel more confident within your trades. So understanding price action will give you that edge in the market. It'll give you the edge to have like comfort in knowing like there's a potential I'm going to profit off of this. I could lose, but if I lose, I'll understand why I lost. And I'll be able to know and understand and recognize that specific situation on the next trade that I take. And I'll be able to know and understand that whenever this price action occurs that I lost on, whenever it presents itself again, I probably want to stay away from that specific setup. This is all stuff that I go into the course, right? This is all stuff that I go over in the course. I'm so excited about this course because it's literally an A to Z step-by-step process of like how to understand the market, how to begin to trade, how to learn how to be a trader. I'm going from the bare basics all the way to the percentage numbers that I pay attention to help me like with my decisions while trading the market. So if you're a beginner, don't be afraid. This is the perfect course for you. And I've taken tons of different courses, right? But there's always something that I was like, oh, I wish they would have did this, or I wish they would have done that. My deal with making this course was everybody knows that I love the market. Everybody knows that I'm constantly trading. And there's a lot of people that always ask me like, can you teach me how to trade? So my intention with this course is literally to have a step-by-step process, A to Z process of how to learn how to trade. That's what you're going to get with this course. It's going to be all the basic, like foundational stuff that you need to know for trading the market. It's going to give you A to Z. The goal is to be able to take you from the womb, right, as a baby to walking, right? That is the goal. I'm excited to release this. It's going to be releasing on February 21st. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, man, I'm just really, really excited for what's to come with that. This is the first phase of the course. There's going to be a second phase, which is going to be the life section of the course. And that's going to be coming later this year. So stay tuned for that as well. But they're going to be a bundle. So if you buy the trading course, you're automatically going to get the life course. But yeah, like I said, I'm just really, really excited for what's to come with Potential to Infinity. So that brings me to the end of the video, but always remember, love, understanding, courage, integrity, and faith is all that we need to strive for in order for us to reach towards our true potential to infinity. We all have infinity within us. All we have to do is choose to live infinitely. So embrace the infinite. On that note, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Whoosh.